Welcome to Box Recap, episode number 2, The Squeakquel. Kudos. Hey, thanks for coming back for this recap series thing we're doing. I still don't have a name for it. I really probably won't give it a name because I'm really lazy and just don't like working, so whatever. Welcome to the channel. I'm SB Mitch. Thanks for tuning in. You can give me a follow on social media. You can subscribe. You can do both of those things. You could do neither of those things. You could dance around like no one's watching. You're so brave. Hi, pals. In this second installment of the Box Recap series, we are going to be recapping, whatever you want to call it, another Sole Supremacy beater box. This one came in at $1,175 shipped. The box itself was opened on August 10th, and the video went live on August 14th. Now, just to give you an idea of what I personally thought of this box, the title includes Designer Shoe Nonsense, and the video description includes not too much to be thrilled about. So this box was pretty much that, in my opinion. It had 8 pairs, only 4 of them were Nike or Jordan brand, and it was definitely a weird box. So let's take a look back to August 14th and see what was inside of this here $1,175 Sole Supremacy beater box. So we have 4 loose pairs, it looks like. Is it 4 or is it more than that? No, there's 4. So this first pair is a size US 11 FOAMPOSITE. I forget what these are called. Next up, we got a KD something or other. It's a KD something or other. Next up, got a Nike React Element 87. I don't really know. I don't know the colorway. Last loose pair is an OK pair. This is the All-Star Chameleon Iridescent release from 2017 for All-Star Weekend. This box is not looking too great. There's some ADIDAS. What? I'm pulling this out because
that's what she said.
It's a Versace something. It says chain reaction on the box, I guess. So it's a designer shoe, and guess what? They're super ugly. Big shock there. Oh, and the rest are ADIDAS. Cool, this might be my least favorite box I've ever gotten. This is a wild colorway. These are worn, but it's a Jeremy Scott collaboration. Some kind of Yeezy. Okay, they're worn. These are the Yeezreal or whatever they're called. Last pair. This is all right, actually. This is the Dame 4 Bape, and this is the red one. The red one's actually one of the more exclusive ones. Yeah, that's a box, I guess. Now, the estimated market value of the box wasn't actually that bad. It was $1,800 based on comparable prices from that time. After all box costs, which came up to $1,185, that left us with a potential, or whatever you call it, value versus cost of $615, or $501.39 based on if all the pairs sold on the Goat app, which I just do because it's easier and it's just more relatable to those of us who might not have a website to list your stuff on. And that's also a potential a return on investment of 42.3%. That is definitely not how this box panned out. As far as selling, let's see. Oh, hold on, I have something in my eye. Besides my eyeball. As far as how the pairs sold, 3 of them sold on the website, 4 of them sold on Goat, and 1 sold through my eBay program, the Brick66 thing that I do every once in a while. So 3 different selling channels, one of which I rarely use because I just don't like to. The last pair sold on October 12th, so we're looking at about 2 months for this box to completely move. There was some factors, we'll say that. First off, the Jeremy Scott Streetball highs, the ADIDAS things, sold to a fella in Denmark. So shipping costs were astronomical. So they did cut into the profit of the actual shoe a little bit. Honestly, that sold on the 29th of August. And I don't even know if the person has those shoes yet. So if you're watching this video and you live in Denmark and you know who you are and you haven't received your shoes yet, please email me, because I've emailed you a couple times that I'm keeping an eye on it, because international shipping right now is a mess, and that's just part of what has to do with selling these boxes, I guess. And then there's the 2 Chainz Versace chain reactions. Woof. First of all, I looked up on the internet to see what actual size it was. I don't even remember, but it said that it was a size 13. According to Versace sizing, which after it sold on GOAT, which I was glad to see them go pretty quickly actually, but they came back saying it was a size 13.5. Okay? Which didn't even matter in the end because I just relisted them for the same price they sold at, and they sold immediately, probably to the same person, so good riddance as far as I'm concerned. Now let's talk about the final figures of this box. After all shipping charges and applicable fees, we ended up at $1,322.59, which is a little bit more than $475 less than the projected estimated value, for an actual profit of $147.79, or a return on investment that totals to a measly 12.4%, which is less than a third of the actual projections, which, there's a number of factors that come into play on why this happened. Number 1, the Bape Dane 4 sold for way less than market. Number 2, the Versace chain reactions, there's just no demand for something like that. Granted, I got the box in the middle of like the beginning of the pandemic, so there probably wasn't much getting bought by Sole Supremacy, but yeah, there's really no demand for those in my opinion. Number 3, there was only 1 Jordan in that entire box. Jordans just move easier than most models. Number 4, the majority of the actual Nike or Jordan brand pairs had no boxes. I believe none of the Nikes or Jordan brands had boxes at all. Number 5, almost half of the box was Adidas, a brand that historically decreases in value on the secondary market. That's unavoidable. Now this box would perform better if I would have given the shoes more time, but because of market trends and kind of just personal preference, I was okay with letting them go for under market. I just like to keep my inventory, I don't want to say curated, but just keep pairs that I know are gonna hold their value or will eventually sell for how much they're supposed to, I guess. I'm sure if I actually liked Adidas and saw more value in Adidas shoes than there actually is, Yeezys and Ultra Boosts and Adidas in general just don't move as well for me. And that's what it comes down to. This box underperformed mainly because of me. Would it be nice to make some more money than we actually did? Sure, why not? But I'd much rather move stuff I know will be a little bit harder to move for under market to make room for things I know could possibly hold their value or increase in value over time. And that's just like the kind of decisions you have to make. Sometimes helps to put your stubbornness aside instead of holding that slim hope that a pair could move for more if you find that one specific buyer that's willing to pay that much for a really specific shoe. And honestly, in my opinion, that's just kind of more work than what it's worth. Pretty lazy, so. But in the end, like all Sole Supremacy boxes, this box turned a profit. I mean, even with this poorly performing box, it still shows us that Sole Supremacy is the benchmark for good mystery sneaker boxes, and that's just all there is to it. So that's what happened with this $1,175 beater box. Could have done better. In the end, I am glad everything's gone because I'd rather have the space than a bunch of pairs collecting dust. That's box number 2. Hope you enjoyed it. This was a little bit more of a deep dive. It's compared to the last box, which is what I'm hoping to do more of because the box last week was kind of a softball. Let's be realistic. But I wanted to do that for the first video anyway. Whoops. So this one was a little bit more in depth. I thought this box would be a good example of just a little peek inside of the kind of decisions I kind of have to make every once in a while and why I make them, if that makes sense. So thanks again for watching. Again, bring out the feedback for this series because this is basically for you guys. Also just because I like making videos, but if there's anything you want to see, if there's anything you don't think works very well, or it's just like nice to know information versus need to know, that's all good stuff. So give me constructive feedback, and that's basically it. So I will see you again soon for some kind of sneaker related video because that's what I do on this channel. Doi. Till next time, take care of each other. Remember to make it fun because sneakers are supposed to be fun. Bye.